Fast and Furious ever heard of physics anymore. Anyways, hey, I checked out. This is Gig Padded with LRM Online. I actually checked out Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, which is an offshoot of the Fast and Furious franchise. It's not exactly part of the franchise, but there's a lot of tie-ins that goes into the franchise with two of the main characters that have been reintroduced in the previous films, Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs being Dwayne Johnson and Shaw being Jason Statham, where they kind of like they were enemies and then now they're friends and they're frenemies, and so essentially this is sort of like a buddy cop movie in its own take. So now what makes this different is I actually saw the movie in 4DX. So mainly I'm actually going to give much more of a review on the 4DX side. So basically 4DX is a motion seat that creates a sort of like an atmosphere using light, sounds, and smell. Okay, I mean, let's go ahead and review 4. Okay, can't even do this. DX, right? Anyways, so Hobbs and Shaw. First of all, it seems like this film is made perfectly for 4DX, or mainly more like 4DX is and using this film as an audition. This film uses all the tools that is given by the 4DX technology for the film. We're not just only talking about the seat motions. There's a lot of drive sequences throughout the entire film that really takes on the seat motions of moving left, moving right, up, down, and all this kind of stuff. And 4DX became perfect for some of those stuff. Some of the other stuff that 4DX was featured in Hobbs and Shaw, there's a lot of gunfight sequences where basically the barrel flashes the light and the room flashes bright light, almost sort of like a lightning type of thing, like gun flares and all this kind of stuff. I kind of found that a little bit unnecessary in its own way. I get it, but that didn't quite work out for me. But there are some parts of 4DX experience that I actually found very fascinating, such as any type of a smoke sequence that actually came up. It timed it right with I don't want to spoil it, but there's absolutely some burning cars, and the smoke just comes out and fills up the room, and so on. And there are in this film there are also a water sequence where they use the 4DX technology to kind of spray a little bit of water towards you, and you kind of go like, what's going on, and so on. One of the biggest things that I have that doesn't work for me for 4DX is I don't have the great sense of smell. But I actually went with a couple of guests, and they actually told me that they could smell the 4DX technology of burnt rubber, basically the tires, and also a breakfast suite sequence. One of my guests actually said that she could actually smell the breakfast sequence. So in the case with Hobbs and Shaw, one of the is it actually worth it? This is the biggest showcase so far that, in my opinion, of all the 4DX experience that I had, that it utilized all the technology all the way through. Basically the motions, the lights, the sound, the smoke, even the smell throughout the entire movie. So if you do have an opportunity to watch Hobbs and Shaw, 4DX will be a very unique opportunity for yourself. Of course, some people don't like 4DX. Some of the car action sequence tend to be a little bit, how can you say, extreme shaking in its own little way, and you could actually feel punches rolled out against your seat, and literally in a movie like between Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba, who plays sort of like this mechanic assassin, there's a lot of fist-to-fist punch sequences, and you'll feel that with the 4DX technology. As for the movie itself, if you compare it with the rest of the Fast and Furious franchise, it kind of falls in the middle of the Fast and Furious films. It's sort of the idea that, hey, you know what? This is an action film. We do ridiculous stunts, and physics does not apply. And you could easily tell that there is a lot of sequences that physics do not apply. I mean, there was a Fast and Furious movie where first time I saw the commercial and a torpedo was shot out of the basically out of the ice, and you could see Dwayne Johnson's Hobbs character kind of push the torpedo out of his way, and then I knew instantaneously, like, this movie's going to be ridiculous. Do we have that in this film? Absolutely yes. There are a lot of ridiculous stunts that are in this film that you're just basically just kind of scratch your head saying, hey, you know what? This does not make sense. This is virtually impossible. But knowing what the Fast and Furious franchise movies are now, it's just ridiculous, impossible sequence. To the point that you have to laugh at everything. And not only that, there is great chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, where basically they're frenemies and they just try to out-insult each other over and over again. And there are also great cameo humor from two other surprise people, and I'll go ahead and reveal them as Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart, but I won't reveal specifically who they are, but they are quite laughable throughout the entire movie. So, would I actually recommend this movie? If you are going to watch this movie, you can watch it as a regular film, and I also do recommend it as a 4DX film. Both experiences will do great for yourself, and I don't think for any of those people who just want to have nice action popcorn flick on a Friday or Saturday night, Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw is highly recommended. And if you're looking for a grade from me, I'd probably give it a B-. Well, anyways, this is Gig Pata at LRM Online. I will see you next time.